should not be able to pick you up. They should not be able to pick you up. Warami Mitiga, Budra in Awunya, Yuguna Warami Ngurrawa. Hello friend, good to see you. Today I'm on Warami country. Well, at least I believe that's how it's pronounced. Going off Dharug language and the spelling that they have on the maps, that's what I believe it to be. We're also pretty well on the border of Awabakal and Ngurrawa country. I'm up here just north of Raymond Terrace, up here in the Wallaroo State Forest. And I'm up here for the weekend because on Sunday, we've got Clean Up Australia Day again. So that'll be next week's video, so make sure you stick around to check that one out. And in all honesty guys, look, who doesn't want to look after our bush and help keep it clean? Great job from the Port Hunter 4-wheel drive club. I believe the Land Rover club normally gets involved, and a couple of others. I believe Central Coast 4x4 club or 4-wheel drive club has been involved a couple of times as well. May even see Tappy back out here. Don't know if he's coming or not. He said he might be, so see what happens. So right now it's Friday evening, I'm kicking back, having a couple of cold ones, listening to a little bit of music. I've got to turn it down for YouTube copyright crap, you know, I don't want to get in trouble for it. And just, yeah, a couple of nights out here, solo camped, relaxing, doing sweet bugger all, except enjoying nature. So, and the good thing is I'm not far from where we actually have to meet on Sunday morning. It means I don't have to get up quite as early, and it also means I don't have to drive an hour and a bit to get up here. Alright guys, I'll stop rambling now, and I'll see you in the rest of the video. Alrighty guys, so for dinner tonight, something pretty easy. Bit of chicken breast, garlic, salt and pepper rubbed onto it, and basically just a little garden salad. Someone's trying to ring me. Lettuce, tomato, onion, a bit of celery and some cheese. That's all that's in the salad. You notice I've put one aside there. I'm actually going to slice that up tomorrow, and that's going to become part of my lunch. So just gone for a little walk from camp. A little swampy area just here, which is almost behind my camp to be honest. Camp's just up this way just a touch. That's probably why there were so many bloody mozzies last night. Yeah, a little creek slash swampy area. Pretty cool. Looks like there was some sort of bridge there or something at one point. Maybe coming across here. Remnants there. There's a lot of bricks and whatnot here. So I'm guessing there used to be some sort of a bridge. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Would have been a little old tin shed. Spiderwebs everywhere. Yeah. Obviously see that right from camp. Yeah, I thought I'd come and have a quick look and give you guys a look while I'm at it. Bits and pieces of it everywhere. Shame it's fallen down. Would have been cool to see it all standing upright, and would have make a good shelter in the storms too. Even now it'd probably still make a decent shelter in the storms, if you're not worried about the roof falling on you. I have to say, I've been rather tempted so far to actually head home today, because I don't know, just things haven't gone right on this trip for me so far. Last night I was melting in the car, just dripping sweat. I think since I did the rebuild on the Padge, I had fiberglass insulation, roofing insulation actually up in the roof of the car. So, you know, there's stuff with the silver on one side and the fiberglass on the other side for your house. Well, I had that up in the car. Since I did the rebuild, I got rid of that. And it has been shocking in there overnight. Normally, I don't have a problem. I've only ever had it once where it's been warm. And my little window fan that I use, that's done me really well. Now, I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to get the car cool overnight. And I reckon it's because I've taken that bloody insulation out. So I'm going to have to do something and put some sort of insulation back in there. I've got an idea. I've got a whole heap of polystyrene sheets, that polystyrene foam, in sheets of about, I don't know, 2 by 1.2, something like that. So I'm going to go and, I think very soon, utilise some of that. Get a space blanket or the emergency blankets, the reflective silver ones. You see them, they use it for hypothermia and stuff like that to keep you warm. The idea with them is that they can actually reflect the heat. Whether they reflect them back to you or away from you, it depends. Yeah, it depends on your situation. So I'm thinking I might use that glued down to the foam with some bubble wrap or something in between, because that's a pretty decent insulation too, gives you that air barrier in between, and then another layer of the foam, and then put that up in the roof. That should theoretically work well. So see how we go. I've got a heap of that foam. I just need to get some bubble wrap and some more space blankets. But yeah, because I bloody was so hot in there last night, I had the fans going on the car, and I did the same thing when I was at Broken, that just to try and pump some of the cooler night air into the car. Well, yeah, that didn't work, and had to wake up this morning and pull the lithium out of the back and jump start the car, because I killed my batteries. So I'm also wondering if my alternator is not quite giving me enough power. Pain in the ass, but is what it is. Hopefully it's not as hot today and tonight. They are predicting up to 15 mil of rain here today, so that should be an interesting thing if it happens. I've got pies to cook in the camp oven tonight, so fingers crossed the rain isn't too bad and I can actually get the fire going and cook up in the camp oven. Alright, stop rambling, talk to you later. So I wasn't actually going to say where I'm camped this weekend, but from what I believe, it's the old depot for forestry up here. And yeah, I'm just going to go for a bit of a walk now and have a look around. I believe there's possibly still some remnants of the old buildings and everything laying around here, so just going to have a bit of a look. I can see a couple of water tanks over to my right, so go over there and see what I can spot. As you can see, there's a hell of a lot of long grass here, so I'm trying to be extra careful because I'm only wearing shorts. Trying to be extra careful looking out for snakes. That's obviously one of the old buildings, or remnants of. Funny, you look on Google Maps and it actually shows, it looks like there's still stuff here when you're looking on Google Maps, but so pretty well everything's been bulldozed and mostly cleaned up, so See if I can get over to the structures over there. I can clearly see four-wheel drive tracks through there, but I don't fancy walking through that. Not with shorts and quite a warm day. They have been absolutely everywhere up here. Yellow-tailed black cockatoos, absolutely everywhere. I don't know if this is exactly the area that we'll be cleaning up or what, but it'd be interesting to get out here and have a look. Whole fenced off area. Now again, it's quite long, so I don't like my thoughts of walking through it at the moment. But yeah, you can see a little bit of a structure up over there. A couple of water tanks. Just noticed there's somebody over here that's been camped. Look like they're set up here pretty long term. So I just had a chat with a fella in the caravan up here, and he was telling me that apparently there's a lot of brown snakes up here at the moment. So I've got to be really watching what I'm doing and keeping my eye out for them. Obviously don't want to see them. But yeah, he was telling me there's a lot of brown snakes out here. Be very careful, and he just mentioned that there's a whole big pile of, he reckons about 50 tyres dumped out here. So I'm going for a bit of a walk, and I'm going to see if I can spot them. There's looks like a heap of rubbish just here on my left as I'm coming up. So we might be cleaning that up tomorrow too, probably. But yeah, he was also telling me that it's a massive fire ban up here at the moment, but I don't know about that. I can't seem to find anything online that says there's a fire ban. There's that pile of rubbish I just mentioned. We'll get in, probably clean that up tomorrow. There's normally a whole heap of groups that head out and do this. Like as I said, it's not just Port Hunter Forward Drive Club and Forestry. There's a whole heap of people that get in and do it. So see what happens, and yeah, get a heap of this stuff cleaned up. Okay, so heading back to camp. Found the tyres, heap more rubbish. So I'll let everyone know about that tomorrow. And we should be able to get all that cleaned up, hopefully. And yeah, for now, head back to camp, and I'm going to see if I can get some signal from my phone, get on the forestry site and find out if there is a fire ban out here or not. Obviously, I don't want to be having a fire tonight if there's a fire ban. This is pretty cool. Like an old stockyard fencing or something. Hey, different. That's actually probably what the cattle grate that I'm about to cross was for. Geez, just down here somewhere. Heap of tracks through here though. Wouldn't be a bad spot to explore. I think this fence line might actually be National Park. You can see the old ratty fence there. That might actually be the entry for National Park, but I don't think so. Old cattle grid down on the ground here. That's probably what the gate there is for, and the fencing and everything. Well, that's made it cool down a lot. Don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining. They are predicting 15 mil of rain today, so let's see how well the Maxi-Trax awning holds up with it. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. That's going to be the biggest problem. Funny thing is I'm copping rain coming in this side and to that side. It's kind of wrapping around the car. And I've got the other camera over there, as you can see, doing a time lapse, which you'll see right now. The first time I've really been in conditions like this where I've needed to use the rain guard. And the main thing is I wanted to stop it getting over this door, because even with this vent there, it gets water in there. But it's doing its job. It's actually doing pretty well. So it's running down, trickling down there, that's fine. And then the rest is bucketing off there. And then I've got the awning angled down, obviously, and it's just flowing straight off there, not pooling or anything on top, which is great. Flowing beautifully off the side. Camera's still doing the time lapse. But it's coming down. And maybe I chose slightly the wrong section here because where my ground sheet is going to turn into a puddle of mud, I guarantee it. Knew this was going to happen. Ah, shit happens. Well, it's been a couple of hours. The rain stopped finally, at least for now. And as I thought, all under is soaked. I had water running down over here, obviously. Still water running through here. Yeah, she's a touch wet out here now. To get out of the rain, I had bloody water coming in both sides of the awning, so I ended up just climbing up in the car and had a bit of a midday nap and relaxed, but yeah, it came down pretty heavy. So being that we had so much rain earlier, most of the wood's pretty dry, but yeah, I've decided not to have a fire tonight and cook up my pies like I plan to. So to make it easy, I'm just going to finish off the leftover salad. A couple of salad wraps from last night. Well guys, that's basically it for the camping video. It has been a really nice time. I've quite enjoyed it. Look, it's not the prettiest of areas, it's not the most exciting of areas, but it hasn't been a bad camp. So, yeah, I might come back up here. I wouldn't mind coming back up here with a couple of other people and exploring the State Forest and that a little bit. Some of the bog holes in that, when I first got up here on Friday, especially with the trailer on, I got rather worried. There was one there where you could see it was really sloppy, and this is actually on a fire trail, unfortunately. But you could see it was really sloppy, and the cars had been stuck in there and churned it all up and everything. And on the left hand side there was a gap that, to be honest, I wasn't sure if it was going to be wide enough for the pads to get through. And as I'm pushing through, I'm almost climbing the bank on the left hand side. But as I'm pushing through, I could feel the car starting to sink on the right as it's collapsing the bank into the ruts on the right hand side. So I think one or two more cars passed me there and that bank would have collapsed. And as I said, it being that it's a fire trail, really not a good thing for the condition that it's in, because if there is a fire in here and a fire truck goes up there, they're not going to get through that. They're very liable to get stuck in there. So yeah, I'll let forestry and that know about that today when I was up here, when they get up here. But I think that section is just into the national park side, so we know how useless national parks are at looking after things. I'd rather just throw a gate up over it. But anyway guys, yeah, it's been a pretty nice weekend. All that's left for me to do now is enjoy my cuppa and yeah, finish packing up, then wait for everyone else to turn up here. It's like almost 7 o'clock or something, so they should be starting to arrive pretty soon, I would assume, because they've got to set things up and stuff like that, so they should be starting to arrive pretty soon. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this one guys. If you have, please remember to leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Really helps the channel grow and build up, And of course, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to check out the website and the Patreon as well. Alright, Yanma Bujuri Murugu. Walk a good path. Yano, goodbye.